Welcome to the Coffee Morning Podcast. It is now 10 to 5 on Thursday the 29th of March, and I am recording for the gazillionth time. But without further ado, let us crack on. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This episode is a bit of a catch-up, really. I didn't record last week because of my back. I'll let you know where I am with that, what's been happening over the week, the very scant amount of crafting that I have actually been doing over the last couple of weeks, which really is about this much. So if you're here for lots of knitting and wonderful inspiration, not the right episode, but it can only go up from here. So let's start at the beginning. My name is Leanne. I am the owner of the Fibre Factory UK, and you can find me across social media as the Fibre Factory UK, and the website is www.thefibrefactoryuk.co.uk. On the website you can find the 28 Days of Love Cal, which is now over for March, so I will be closing that thread. I am so sorry I haven't been on at all this month, and that has more to do with my frustration with the website than anything else. But I'll be closing that thread this evening, and of course the 28 Days of Love Cal for April will begin on April the 1st, so please go and sign up, and let's get that little community bubbling away nicely. And I promise that I will be checking in at least twice a week on that, if not more. I'm hoping to actually extend that forum to include many other things, so it will be very much based along the Ravelry lines as I discussed previously. So yeah, that is something coming up for the future, which is something that I do want to get into, because there's been some negative, then there's been a butt kicking, and then there was positive, really positive, massively positive, and then where we're going to go from here. So there's a lot of changes afoot, and it's all pretty cool. So first up, thank you so much for your wonderful messages, your kindness, and it really has helped more than I thought it could. But wow, yeah, you have been so sweet and supportive, and just really lovely, and I really do genuinely appreciate it. It's been a tough week or so, and yeah, I haven't responded to everybody. I will be, so please don't think that I either A, haven't seen your message, or read your emails or anything like that. I have. I just got into a very dark hole last week, and was ready to throw everything in. So yeah, let's start at the beginning with the back. As you know, I think I'd been put on the morphine the last time I podcast. I'm still there. I'm still on that. I know that will continue. I have now got my specialist appointment, and that is on the 19th of April, which is ridiculously quick. And I'm just chuffed. I thought I would be sort of waiting for 3 months or so, which is an average waiting time for something that's non-urgent. And albeit I'm in a pain, it's not urgent. So I was very relieved that that's only a few weeks away. The basic upshot is you have a muscle called the piriformis, which basically holds your hip and your sort of holds your hip and your back. Basically, it stops your bum falling off. That muscle, which lies underneath all your gluteus muscles, your bum cheek muscles, has gone into spasm and is strangling my sciatic nerve. And yeah, so they're not playing nicely, and that's why I shouldn't sit for too long. So this is going to be a speedy episode. So that's where we are with that. We kind of know-ish what's going on. We will see the specialist on the 19th, and then hopefully from there we'll either have some... we'll know more of how we can deal with this positively. So that's that. Project-wise, hello? Someone's coming in. I have watched an amazing amount of rubbish films. Huge amount of rubbish films. And whilst watching those rubbish films, a couple of them were quite good, but in general, they were a bit rubbish. I started on another pair of socks, little shorty socks. Obviously, these are the big socks, and this is the Peacock colourway, West Yorkshire Spinners Peacock colourway. And I cast on these. These were going to be Rose City Rollers, which is a pattern on Ravelry, and they're really fun little socks with like a rolled cuff. But once I got down to, I believe it was the orange stripe, I thought actually I don't want it to curl because you lose a stripe. So I picked up the cast on edge and knit the cuff up, and then turned the heel. So that's where I am with those. Just little shorties. I'm just going to do one colour repeat for the leg, or I have done one colour repeat for the leg, and then I'll do the same as this one, which is like the 2 colour repeats for the foot. And then that will be those. I am knitting these, as always, on Knit Pro Zings, and these are 3mm. 3mm Knit Pro Zings on a 56 stitch sock. So that is those. That is project number 1. Project number 2. If you can remember from the last little podcast, I had woven this little panel on one of my pin looms. This was out of Norfolk Horn hand-dyed yarn and some hand-spun Jacob and alpaca for the texture. My intention was to panel this in properly, but my brain couldn't cope with that. So basically I have stuck it on with hemming adhesive, and I will either blanket stitch around or chain stitch around, and just to give that a nice defined edge, and then that will be a project bag, and that is as far as I have got with that one. But it is cute, and this is just some cotton, some sort of deep red wine sort of coloured cotton. It will all be interfaced and lined, and it should be quite a sweet little project bag. And the only other thing I did, and if you follow me on Instagram you'll have seen a picture of this, was I got, I have a 32-inch Kronsky Harp rigid head loom, and we got that down and set up, and Billy and I sat and did a little bit of weaving, and he thought it was absolutely wonderful, loved it. But that weaving is his. So it's been taken from the loom, off the loom, it has been washed and pressed, and it is his, and he has it, and it is under his bed in his box of special things, and we will never see it again. But there is a picture on Instagram. I did manage to snap a picture of it and pop it on Instagram, and I will insert it in here for you to have a look at. But that was the only other thing that I have made in the last couple of weeks. So it's onwards and upwards from here. I did, as I have got myself into a bit of a dark place last week, and was ready to throw in the towel and just give up. And I had to give myself a damn good talking to. And sort of say, well, either do it and just forget it, and then you'll be miserable, or believe in yourself and get on with it. And so I am believing in myself and getting on with it. And I had to give, I say, we had some great conversations. Um, and I think at the point where I noticed that it was about the 11th video or YouTube upload of Clean My Kitchen with Me that I'd watched, that I thought, no, something's got to give. And I really need to get on with it and up my game and stop feeling sorry for myself, and remember that I do what I do, first and foremost because I love it, and secondly because I need to have an income. And to enable me to have an income, I need to make the stuff. I need to dye the fibre, I need to dye the yarn, I need to spin the yarn, I need to make the looms and the stitch markers, and I need to do that stuff. If I don't do that stuff, I can't put it in the shop. If I can't put it in the shop, it can't get bought. I can't sell it. And if I don't sell it, I don't create an income. And if I don't create an income, we don't do anything. And yeah, I had to give a real good kick up the bum, which I have done. And since deciding that actually I needed to really believe in myself and to actually have some confidence in myself, literally within 48 hours of giving myself a damn good talking to and resisting the urge to watch yet another, hey, watch me while I sweep down my stairs video, that I need to get on with my business. It is a business and I need to make it work. And I need to make it work so that I can feel like I'm contributing to my family rather than just contributing to the mess of a dining room table that currently has 2 tripods, a light box, and various amounts of needles and fibre on it. And within 48 hours of deciding that that's what I was going to do, I had a message to say that my handspun yarns had sold in one of the local stores. So that was that's cool. I had multiple orders on Etsy, which was just awesome. And then the absolute most awesomely amazing thing happened. And I'm still trying to absorb it. And I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you a nice chunk. And the nice chunk is that I was in conversation with a very, very well-known British knitwear designer. And there is their own yarn brand, and it's all natural yarn, which is absolutely beautiful and fantastic. And the company wants to include in their yarns dyed yarn, and I have been asked to be the dyer of that dyed yarn, which I can't quite believe. So unbelievable. It's massive. I cannot believe it. I'm waiting for 12 kilos of yarn to arrive. And this is a real premium cashmeres and stuff like that. I'm so excited and so petrified at the same time. So that has been the massive thing, and it is amazing what happens when you change your mindset. I was literally ready to give up. For no other reason other than I was feeling sorry for myself, is the bottom line. To literally within 48 hours, everything's changed. So it's huge, and I have you to thank for that, because it was down to the messages that I'd received from you and the long-suffering John, who is always right behind me. He gave me a bit of a kick up the bum too, and it was needed, and he did it in the sweetest way possible. So thanks to you all. I feel like you're just my team around me. I've sorted my life out, and I will be getting on with it. I have some new yarns that I will be doing myself as well, and I'll be getting those in the shop. On the shop front, another big change. Etsy is going. I will be closing the Etsy shop as of the 1st of April, and it is no joke. It will be closing on the 1st of April. Sorry about that. I had a quick break. The dog had been out with a neighbour and she just brought him back. Or brought her back, and she's absolutely soaking, so she's now running around like a loony. So back to where I was talking about the shop. The shop will now be on the website, which is totally secure, and fortunately we've been able to work it out, so it's now sectioned, so you can shop by yarn weight. There's a section for pin looms, mini skeins, locks and fibre, all that sort of stuff. So the shop will and is now live on the website. There is no need to go to Etsy. It is all in the one lovely place. So I am really, really chuffed about that. There are lots of stuff heading, or there is lots of stuff, I'd like to say lots of stuff heading into the shop, but there's not immediately. But I am working to get some lovely new stuff in the shop for you. I asked on Facebook, on the Facebook page, about what you would like to see from me with regards to products and such, and thank you for those that responded to that. Thank you to those that messaged me about that. And I will be offering all the things that you mentioned. They are things that I have made in the past and that I enjoy making, and the emphasis is most definitely still on the yarn craft and accessories side. So I will do my very best to get all those things in the shop over the next short while, but it is something that I am very consciously working towards, because ultimately this is my business and I need to make my business work. It is the only revenue stream that I have. YouTube doesn't provide a revenue stream, not until I've done at least 6 clean my kitchen with me videos anyway. The requirements to have your YouTuber monetized are quite substantial, and rightly so. We're a long way off that target. However, that being said, we are now over 100 subscribers, which I'm thrilled about. And I did say that I would do a giveaway at 100 subscribers. So we have surpassed that target, and a giveaway is about to happen, and that giveaway will be some hand-dyed yarn and some stitch markers and a project bag. And what I would like you to do is obviously to have subscribed to the channel and to comment on this video the answer to this question. In my last podcast, I mentioned that John was having a birthday. How old was John on that birthday? Pop your answer below in the comment section, and that immediately gets you into the draw for the 100 subscriber giveaway. So yeah, tell your friends that they can come along, subscribe. Well, I have to watch that episode. Because you need to comment on both, I think. Or have at least liked the other video. Like that video and answer on this video. Like, and that's going to work. So like the previous video and comment on this video how old John was on his birthday. And then I will announce the winner next week, because there will definitely be a coffee morning next week, because we are going to get back on target with these things. So YouTube doesn't provide a revenue stream, and I've been looking at other ways that I can create revenue for my family. Somebody mentioned the Patreon system, which I've looked at, and to be honest, I don't really think that's for me. Basically, it's like a tier reward scheme. So for £1 a month, I could say hello to you on the podcast. For £6 a month, you could get a stitch marker every month, or for £15 a month, you could get a stitch marker and a mini skein, that sort of thing. And I'm not sure, and that gives you access to other stuff. But I don't really. I already do tutorials on this channel anyway, so I don't see the need to get you to pay for additional content. It's absolutely pouring down. So that's not something I want to do. So my revenue will solely be from my shop. As I said, you can now get to directly, it's hosted, everything is in one place on the website, and Etsy is closing on the 1st. And that is purely because Etsy's fees, Etsy's algorithms, Etsy's payment system, which I really don't like. I just like to have everything all in one place, and the more things I have in one place, the easier it becomes. So Etsy will be gone. Other than that, my only other revenue stream, which isn't actually a revenue stream because it hasn't made any money, are the Amazon affiliate links on the website. And what I'm going to do with that is maybe either each week or each fortnight, I'm not sure which, probably each week, there will be a picture on the side of the website, and that will be for something craft related. Currently it is set to a picture of the Knit Pro Zings double points that I have, and I love, I love the Knit Pro Zings. So that is currently the affiliate link that I have got on the website at the moment. And if you were to click on that link and follow that link and purchase said zings, then I would earn, it's fractions of, but it is what it is. And that would be the only other form of revenue stream that I would have on the website. And that is one of those, it's there. It's not something that I'm going to push, but I am going to be forging forward with the business, because I really need to treat it as my job, and it's not a hobby, it is my job. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to moving forward with that. I've got this really exciting dyeing job and it's given me back some confidence, so that is truly cool, and I'm really chuffed. All of that being said, thank you for sticking around and being here. Thank you for your support over the last couple of weeks. I will be getting back to normal from now, and for now I will say goodbye. I will see you next week. I will hope to have some projects to show you and share with you. If you have some suggestions of videos that you would like me to make, or tutorials that you would like me to make, please let me know, so that I can get working on those. As always, you can contact me via the website. On the top there is a little contact tab, and that's got all the details on how you can contact me. And what else? There is still there are still products in the shop that you can purchase, although there aren't a huge amount. As I say, working on that right now. I think that's about it. Obviously, if you would really like me to do other types of videos, I'll be careful how I say that, but let me know. I'm really, I'm feeling very positive, and I'm feeling very, I want to grow the channel. I want to keep interacting with you, because it really does give me such a buzz, and I feel like I'm making new friends every day, and that's, none of us can have, or I certainly cannot ever have enough friends. So thank you all for your wonderful support these last couple of weeks. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I promise it gets better than this. Like the video, that really helps me out a lot. Share on your social media. That would also be really cool. Come and see me on Instagram. I will always follow you back. And just drop me a line and say hi, I watch the podcast, and I can follow you straight back. Yeah, have a great week. Have a wonderful Easter. Don't eat too much chocolate. Enjoy everything that you do. Show me what you're crafting. Get on the 28 Days of Love Cal, and let's really get that going. And I can't wait to speak to you next week with some projects. Until then, be safe. Goodbye.